I'm going to record it. All right, so I am thrilled. Who is excited about November? I am like flabbergasted by all the momentum, and yet we've always been expecting that. And I honestly feel like we should all, and this might be like you might be hearing me say this, and you're like, yeah, okay, whatever, Alex. But I want you to take a look at your web stats from last month and literally add a zero to it. Expect times 10 the business. And that might seem really unrealistic for you to think that way, but I just want to put it in perspective. What if you were to enroll 10 new consultants this month that did exactly the same volume that you just did? Okay. And I'm putting it in perspective as to the fact that I know sometimes we look at our numbers if we have larger organizations, but just think about every single person in your business that generate whatsoever QB. If they had 10 people doing that times 10, all of their volume, it is absolutely possible. And the only limits are the limits that you're actually imposing on yourself. And as Chantal is actually in qualification for national vice president as well. And we were just exchanging in French, and she said, there's so much going on, and it's also like very scary at the same time. And it's normal when you're stepping into the bigger version of yourself for it to be scary. And it's only because your nervous system has never been there before. Your comfort zone has been used to a certain way of living. And when you start living a different kind of way, it's going to shake you up. And most people decide to shrink. Most people decide to actually play small. Most people actually achieve bigger things and they kind of lay it down because they like to stay in the same comfort zone or in the same financial bracket or in the same level of living. And so I'm challenging myself personally to promote 10 direct people to me from here to the end of the year. That's what I'm personally committed to doing. And I encourage you all to set a goal that scares you but excites you at the same time. Maybe that is enrolling 10 new people. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's promoting yourself to the next level, declaring it. And Brooke is going to talk about that afterwards. I'm just gonna where we can open for questions at the end of this whole segment. You can talk to your upline. And so the basically what I'm really particularly excited about is the fact that we have brand new products that just launched, and this is a major gift, you guys. Arbonne's never done that on November 1st ever. And so be urgent. If you haven't placed your order for the brand new, my other product, the brand new fizz, the brand new protein, like who tried it already? Like that is part of being a business owner. You get excited. You're the first one in line. You're urgent because when you're urgent, guess what? The rest of your team is going to be urgent too. When you're excited, your team is going to be excited. Everything that you do while no one is looking, whatever you're feeling towards your business and whatever activity that you have towards your business while nobody is looking, people know. Your team knows. Okay. And so I am excited. I can't even hardly wait for all of the amazing things that we're going to see throughout this month. And that starts by already putting it out there of what you're expecting out of finishing this year. And so I just want to remind you, there are 60 days or like 59 days left of the year. What is it? It was 61 days minus 4 days. So we're like 57 days out to the end of the year. So just keep reminding yourself, what do you want to be? Who do you want to become by January 1st, 2025? And I took an hour of my time last week. I redid my whole vision board. My vision board is clear as day as to where I'm going. And that is one of the most predominant things you need to know. And you need to have a vision that propels you, something that really excites you, and put affirmations that speak to you. Help people step into their highest version of themselves as you're stepping into your highest version of yourself. So on that note, I hope that Cynthia is there. We are so blessed. Cynthia is brand new national vice president in qualification, 16 months into her business. And I'll tell you what, you guys, she's coming on here for 10 minutes to share her fire with us. I am super proud of her. She is not in my success line, but I have been watching her from the sideline. I am so excited about this. And you want to know why I'm really excited about it? Is because what she's done is, yes, extraordinary. It's it's not typical. You can go see earnings.arbonne.com to see what's typical. But what she's done is absolutely duplicatable. She didn't come from another network marketing company. She didn't know network marketing before joining Arbonne. She's literally taken the compensation plan. She's decided that she wants it all. She wants the big piece of the pie, and she's decided to run for it. And you know what? Then she attracted runners that ran with her. So it's no surprise that she's attracted a phenomenal team with her that are all going into qualification, because from the moment that I saw that girl in one of my Discover Arbonnes, like the day after my mom passed away, I just remember seeing her like, And she was such a beautiful shining light in that room. And I was like, who is that? What is her name? I want to know her name. And so even though I was in a really dark season, I knew that Arbonne was stepping into a really shiny time when she stepped into that room. And I'm just so proud of you, Cynthia. So I know you're unlimited on time. You got lots of things happening on your schedule. And we're just so grateful that you're taking time out with all of us. So it's all yours, baby.
Thank you so much, Alex, for the amazing intro. I feel like I need to step my game up now. But hi, everyone. I'm super honored to be sharing with you tonight. And I'm sharing with my heart and didn't really prepare anything because we got a nation to close this month. So I'm just going to share a little bit about my story. So I've been a consultant for a year and almost and a half now. I'm based out of Montreal, Canada. My upline is my mom. So my mom became a consultant 7 years ago. And at first, I thought she just got caught into like a pyramid scheme. Like I didn't know nothing about network marketing. So she was just so generous with us, like sharing the products all the time. And like every time I would go back to my family house, like she would always have like the right product for me. So I just started a product and every year she would ask me about the business and I always said no. So I come from a background where so I did marketing, I did business development for like pharmaceutical company and a packaging company. So for me, I had like time flexibility, I have like uncapped salary possibilities, I had like tax advantages, and I was like, I don't know like what Arbonne could bring more to my life until I went into mat leave. And then I started noticing that like the money I was gonna get was not anywhere close to what I needed to like afford the house that we had just bought. So when my son turned 8 months, he was still with me full time. I decided to launch my business just because in June of 2023, my mother was going for her area for the third time. And I was like, okay, mom, I'm going to give you a hand. So I did post a couple stories because I was using all the products already. And I texted a couple of group texts with my friends. And like in 3 days, I sold for like 2 grand. And I was like, oh, there's actual like money to be made here. So let's try this, like I have 4 months left. Let's just go make as much money as we can. And like 3 days after, I remember like for the first 10 days, I was reading the success plan every night before going to bed. So I could actually understand what, the language is a bit hard to catch through. So anyways, when I saw the possibilities, I was like, I went from, okay, I got 4 months, I'm just gonna make as much money as possible to like, I want to make it a living. I saw the possibilities. And so I remember meeting with Sandra, which is my mom's upline, and she was like, telling me, in the beginning, sometimes we want to take it slow, but like I really encourage you to like go to the first level and even the second level, like on your first month. And I was like, Sandra, I'm gonna stop you right now. Who has the best record of like, breaking going to the top level as fast as possible? And she told me about you, Debbie. She told me that you hit the fourth level in 6 months. And I was like, this is what we're gonna do. So immediately when I started, I set like this urgency to go to the top level as soon as possible. So, going district was just a step to the fourth level. Going area was just a step to the fourth level. Going region was just a step to the fourth level. And now it's like we qualified last month and we're gonna close this month for sure. But like it's even just a step to what's next. That's what's the most exciting about this business, is that there's never really a destination. It's just like a process. So it's been really fun. And I mean, I'm gonna share a couple of things because last month I was speaking on the phone with Sandra, and I was like, can you believe it? Like, we're gonna do like nation call this month. And she's like, well, Sin, you've been working every single day for the past year and a half with no break, no excuses, the same intensity every single day. And this is what you get. This is what you get when you build this business with consistency, and when you set like high energy and like intention, and you set aggressive goal. And even when you don't hit your goal, you reset the same goal the month after. And like, I can tell you guys, I declared region October of 2023 and I closed it in May. Okay, so every month I would go back to my wall, I would put my post-it for 40,000, and everyone of my friends, everyone around me would like talk to me about that 40,000 because they knew I was going for it. And so I guess that's one of the lesson is just like set the bar high and never lower your goals because you don't hit it. That's one thing that sometimes I see around. It's like, oh, well, I went for like 6,000 or 10,000 or 14,000 and I didn't hit it. So I'm gonna aim for 10,000. I'm like, no, you just keep working to that, to that goal. And I guess one thing that I'm just going to share a little bit about the numbers. Okay, so first month we did a district with a team of 2, like literally me and one of my friends. So we did district the first month, and then area manager the 2 following months. We were like 5 or 6 in my team. And on month 11, we closed the region, and I had 0 area manager in my team. Okay, so I didn't wait for the people to come in my team and to run for a certain level, to go for that level. I declared region. We were a team of, I don't know, 8 or 9 person in my team, and not a lot were working super hard. Okay, so I didn't care never about who was in my organization, how fast they were gonna run, because I knew I was the best player, and I knew I would be the one that sponsor the more, that had the highest CQV, and that would lead this business to the top, no matter where, like who was in my organization. And I guess that when I closed region, that's when I attracted my runners, so the minute I closed region, a girl wrote to me, and she was like, okay, we need to sit down. And she was my first area, she was my first region qual, and she's going to close qualification this month. Okay, so last month, 2 girls in my organization closed region qual. One is going to close, but well, they're both going to close it this month. One is also running for nation qual this month. Okay, so you're going to attract the right person if you continue to go for your vision and just push through like all the goals that you set for yourself. And yeah, I guess consistency. And one thing is also like the excuses. Okay, so I've been talking, so my boyfriend and I, we have this expression. I'm like, babe, I'm in building mode. Okay, and Debbie, thank you so much for all the podcasts that you do, because like every time you launch a podcast, it's like that's exactly what we needed to hear that week. Okay, so you launched one recently about making choices to create choices. And that's exactly what it's been for the last year and a half. It's like I got 2 priorities at this point. It's my family and my Arbonne business. Okay, so when it comes to like my son is sick, or my boyfriend is out of town like for a business trip, or anything is happening, like I always find a way to build my business, because I know how it's changing my life, but how it's going to change my life even more in the future. Okay, so it's all about prioritizing, and I don't even have time to make excuses for things popping in my way, because life is going to continue to happen, guys. So we just have to push through, and the minute you start prioritizing your business in every aspect of your life, you're going to make it to the top levels. That is for sure. I think that's all I have to share. If you have any questions, just drop it in the chat. But I thank you so much for the opportunity, and we're definitely going to be closing nation this month. We're working towards it, and it's been, we're so blessed with this business because we can really build it how we want it. Okay, so I'm coming from like other companies where like if I wanted to do something, I had to ask someone to do it, and now it's just like I can do it. And an expression that I love is that every month it's like I come back like a phoenix, because I always have something more like new that I want to do in a team. Okay, so one thing that we also started doing more and more was the in-person event. Okay, I was really like social media and like whatever, but what I realized was that it was not necessarily applicable to all of my team members, because they don't all want to be on social media. Okay, so social media is a like major tool that you can use to reach so many people in so little amount of time, but not everyone is going to like get good at it quickly, and it's not necessarily easy for everyone. So the in-person event, I just saw that the people in my team knew more about the product because they were coming and discovering more about it. They were inviting people. So I was able to get to know their people and even go get, consultant for my team members and like customers for my team members. So it has just been really, really good. And now we shifted to like mix of in-person and virtual, but it's really just get in front of the the more people. That's like what's gonna get you also, I guess, success in this business. And also I what I love about our business is that we always try to, it needs to be like duplicable. The is that the term? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
You got it. You got it.
Okay, sorry. So every time I want to do something because I have like lots of ideas and I ask myself like, how can I create more with less? And that's what I love about our business is that we're here to create some time flexibility, like time freedom and financial leverage. So we need to ask ourselves these questions. The idea is not about like doing more just to like get away like all this time out of your hands. It's just, okay, what can I do either better or just like that people can also do? So as you're going up in the levels, that's what I love most. It's like, who can I enlist to help? Like who can help me do that or who wants to take care of? So it's really it's a really powerful thing that we have duplication. So anyways, I think that's it for me tonight, but thank you so much for having me. And it's always an honor to all see your success also on like social media and see you in events, guys. So thank you so much for having me tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Merci, Cyn. C'était vraiment génial. I'm so grateful. And, just to remind everybody, anybody who's new here, like she looked at that success plan. She said a lot of key things. She pulled out the success plan. She read it every night before going to bed. I was the same way when I started my business. I remember like looking, I was like, 72, that like it's not that bad. At the time it was 72,000 to go regional vice president in 2 months, but now it's 96. So I was looking at it, 96,000 to over 2 months. Not that bad. Like if you have a lot of people create better results, right? Like pushing one car alone is very challenging, but if you're a lot of people pushing a car, well, it makes it a whole lot easier. So you've clearly caught on to that, Cyn, and I'm just so proud of you. This is phenomenal. And I didn't know your mom was going to be on here tonight. So when I saw her face, I'm like, she has to share. She has to share. So I love the mother-daughter duo. Chantal is on here, as Cyn shared. Her mother sponsored her in the business. So Chantal, I'm inviting you on to come and share. Thank you so much for like impromptu and accepting. She said 2-3 minutes, I'll come on.
Oh, hello everybody. So it's gonna be like 2 or 3 minutes because I didn't prepare. I'm so proud to be the mother of that beautiful, marvelous daughter. You can't imagine. I'm crying. It's for 4 days. I'm crying every day. I'm still in it's like a big cloud, and we do this together. We do this with a big team, and I never thought that she would join the team. But when she said, "Mom, we're going region," that was last year, next year, and in 6 months, I said yes. And then I freeze and I say, go, I go to work because I always present the products. I always never speak about a lot of the business, but now I'm speaking about the business, and that's what people need. So don't stop. Sorry for my English. So what I wanted to tell you that's when my seasons were very low, I never stopped, and I always said to myself, if you did once, you can do twice. So it's the best way to stay in the business. And why I'm here tonight is because I always stay and I always have fun. That's why I try to have fun with the business, continue working and believe in myself. It's the best things to go to the next level. I'm a mom of 4 beautiful kids, mommy of 2. So for me, it's to have more to give, and I have a new vision, not a vision, but a project, because I want to have more money to give to people who have trouble with their mental health. So I will do a lot of works to try to help some people that can have money to prevent suicide. Because 1 month ago, a young lady who works with us passed away because she suicide, and it affects me a lot. And I said to myself, I have to give money back to people who needs some help for their health. I said, I think that when you eat well, your mind is better. So that's where I'm going. That's why I'm running for the nation, because with more money we have, well, more money I can give back to a cause like I decide to do. So that's what I have to do to say tonight. So we are running for the nation too, and to everybody who is here tonight, everybody can do it if I can do it. Thank you.
Oh my God, Chantal. And what's so powerful about the two of you guys, I have goosebumps listening to you, because first of all, imagine if you would have quit when you were in those low seasons. You wouldn't have been able to be that shining light for someone else, for your own daughter to see the potential in a business. And now there's hundreds and hundreds of people within the two of your two teams collectively. And now both of you are going to finish nation before the end of the year. And we're going to be celebrating in Hawaii, Deb. What can you, like, Eris, this is going to be so exciting. And so I'm so, so proud of you. And, I really believe that God blesses us in seasons like that. When we figure out our whys, like, abundance comes rushing into our life. I mean, that's not a promise of income, but it's just, I've seen that and witnessed that in my own life, is that whenever you actually figure out why you've been placed there, and I feel like you've really figured out what that specific mission is. So congratulations to both of you. I'm really, really proud of you. So everybody can open their mic. We're going to close out this recording and start a new recording afterwards. So open your mic, cheer them on, you guys.
Woo! So good, you guys.
Proud of you both.
Yay!
Yay!
Good job.
Gotta make